blocking all light and creating a black hole where, of course, the sun should be. And as it happens, the temperatures in that shadow could drop an average of 10 to 12 degrees. We're going to see what happens with that today. Millions of Americans, of course, are waiting right now, and the closer you are to that center line right there, right through the middle of that shadow, the longer you'll be in complete darkness known as totality. But it's fleeting, lasting up to 2 minutes, 40 seconds or so. 12 million Americans live in this path of 100% totality. But look at how far that eclipse spreads to the north and south of that line. Hundreds of millions will see some version of this eclipse today. We are in this together. We know many families have already traveled toward that center line where they will gather in small towns, farms, and national parks, all to watch this extraordinary sight. We have an entire team of ABC News correspondents and cameras coast to coast live as the solar eclipse moves across the country. And if you are one of the millions who traveled to see it or will see it right in your backyard, your neighborhood, we want you to be part of this special with us. Share your pictures, your videos with us, and we're going to try to get as many on the air as we can throughout the next couple of hours. Just go to our website, abcnews.com, and you'll see right there how to do it. We can't wait to see what you capture. So why is this happening today, and why is it so rare? Take a look at this. The Earth rotates on its axis, making a full turn every 24 hours. The Moon circles the Earth every 31 days, and the Earth and the Moon then rotate around the Sun every 365 days. Keep in mind, the Sun is 400 times larger than the Moon, but it's also 400 times further away. And at that distance, it makes the Sun and the Moon appear to us to be the same size from here on Earth, which is why the Moon completely covers the Sun when their orbits intersect. A total solar eclipse happens during a new moon, when the Moon moves directly between the Earth and the Sun. This perfect alignment, which creates a total solar eclipse, occurs about every 18 months. Usually we don't see it, because 70% of the Earth's surface is water, and it usually happens over our vast oceans or remote areas of other countries. In fact, it's been 99 years since the last solar eclipse was seen across the entire continental United States, and it won't happen again until 2045. We have waited long enough, that's for sure, so get ready. It's coming, and you're about to see it all live right here on ABC. Again, the time right now, 1:04 Eastern. The first totality happens at 1:16, max totality from Oregon, so we'll take you there live. We've got so many questions. First, of course, the weather, the clouds. Where will we see it best? Where will it blow our minds today? Where will the clouds break our hearts? I see a few of the clouds here in Charleston, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed here. Let's bring in meteorologist Ginger Z. She's in Nashville, which, by the way, the entire city. It's the largest American city to fall right in the path of this total eclipse. And Ginger, you've been looking at the weather across that entire path, that ribbon across the country.
Oh, that I have, David. Such an important forecast, probably one of the most important of the century, truly. But what I wanted to start you out with, not only is Nashville one of the biggest, or the biggest city in the path of totality, I'd venture to say it's the biggest party. Look at this. We've got rooftops full here along Broadway, Lower Broad as the locals call it. You can see them all the way down the streets, all the way right here. Check out all my friends. This party on the rooftop at the iconic Tootsie's Bar is just beginning. Our partial eclipse only just began. And I gotta tell you guys, we have a lot to talk about in the way of weather because it is a huge day. Let's start with what it looks like. In the Pacific Northwest, it is brilliant. They're already seeing a lot of that eclipse. I want to show you some of the cloud cover. Looking good through the Rockies and Idaho there into Wyoming, but then it gets a little mucky. Once we get into Missouri and parts of Nebraska, you can see the storms blowing up, and then as we go back through the Tennessee Valley, we just have those daytime heating clouds.
That's where I am, is right here, guys.
Scattered storms at the coast, where you are in Charleston, David, but I have to say, no matter what the cloud cover, the party, the celebration, the unity of America, and this beautiful celebration of science, the science that I have loved my whole life, I can't geek out more than I will today. David, let's head back to you.
Yeah, really no question. We needed this moment of unity in this country, and nature's
like
wonder is giving it to us. I want to look at this picture that I'm seeing coming in live from Oregon. You can actually see the sun and the moon almost completely covering the sun now. And keep in mind, 1:16, of course, is that key moment when it'll be in total darkness there. The first hint of darkness falling, of course, on the shores of the Pacific coast. The totality of the eclipse, 1:16, 10:16 Pacific, minutes away. It's going to last 1 minute, 58 seconds, and then we're on the move from there right across the country. The shores lined with families at this hour. Meteorologist Rob Marciano back in a part of the country he spent years covering. He's in Lincoln City, Oregon. And Rob, you've got the glasses, you know, we all do here, and we just want to make sure that everyone knows that authorities really aren't joking about this one. They say wear eye protection, and they really mean it today. Yeah, and really during the whole thing, David, I have these special glasses, the glasses they've been giving out really across the country. They look cheap, but they are mandatory viewing. They block out 99.9% of the solar rays, but you can see this eclipse in its entirety. So it's nothing short of spectacular. I gotta say, when you see even the partial eclipse across this country, you want to take it in. It is the Great American Eclipse. Hey, Suzanne, and Willie, where are you? Hey, there's another way to watch this if you don't have these glasses, and that is to make a pinhole projector. I found these guys in the parking lot, and you got, what, a shoebox and then what else?
Shoebox, paper inside, tinfoil, and a pinhole. And
it works. And Willie, your mom was a physicist, obviously inspiring you to see this, your first eclipse total?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're pumped.
Yes, I'm pumped.
And they got the glasses and the box, so just varieties of spice of life. Hey, go Ducks! Go Ducks! What do you got? You got the welder's glasses?
Yes.
All right, so that's serious business right there. Can we see how they look on you?
YouTube channel,
oh yeah,
Mom.
They're styling. You are styling. Are you excited for the eclipse, sweetheart?
Yes.
All right, they're going to come fast and furious here. We are just a few minutes away, David, and the clouds have been fickle here along the Oregon coastline. It's not the ideal spot. That's why we don't have a massive crowd like they do in the deserts. But we have seen enough of that partial eclipse to get fired up, and we are awaiting totality, and we're just seeing enough of a clearing to, I think, see it in just a few minutes.
Yeah,
David.
they said the next one that we're going to see like this seriously would be 2045.
1776 was the last time we had a coast-to-coast eclipse totally, exclusively to Americans.
You'll
How
be in
much
your
more
60s.
Americans can it get? This is the Great American Eclipse. Please, baby, I hope you all take part. Thank you, Rob. We're going to come right back to you in just a couple of minutes so you can show us what you're seeing. And I just want to say, we've all got these glasses here, and you can see the setup here and all these bright lights. I put these on, and you see nothing. So when Rob says, put the glasses on and test with the light on your iPhone, that's a really good indicator that these glasses are probably approved and you're in good shape. So here's the question: what's it going to be like? I thought we'd check in with someone who has experienced it before. Bill Nye, the science guy, you know him. He's the CEO of the Planetary Society, the author of the New York Times bestseller, Everything
There's
All
a bee in my house.
He's at the Homestead National Monument in Beatrice, Nebraska.
Help.
And Bill, no question in your mind this is going to
Please.
change people today?
It's right in front of me.
I hope so. It's already started here. We can see it if you have the special glasses. It's getting dimmer and dimmer as the moon comes across the disk of the sun. And just notice something that I got to say I didn't expect. Are you guys excited?
It's in the window. It's in the window right there.
A lot more people than I anticipated
See it?
are excited and anticipating this event. In other words, you can feel the excitement building, even though we're just a few percent into the occlusion, into the eclipse. It's really to see so many people excited about this science.
I want to ask you what's actually going to happen when darkness falls, because a lot of people wonder about that temperature drop, anywhere from 10, 12 degrees.
Never.
Animals being confused, wildlife perhaps. And you'll be able to see a number of planets and stars up there. So a pretty significant change in that tiny window of darkness that we're going to witness here.
Where did it go?
Well, it becomes...
Kill it!
So as it's cooler at night than it is during the day, the birds and insects act as though it's night. And so what happened here in Beatrice, the clouds just cleared, and people are all putting on their special glasses and looking skyward, because I guess the eclipse is really apparent for this moment. We would turn the camera up toward it, but oh yes, the moon is coming across from on a clock face would be about 1:30, 2 o'clock, moving from upper right to lower left as we perceive it here in Beatrice, Nebraska. And it's just an exciting thing, everybody. Just think about the diligence of astronomers who were able to predict this eclipse within less than a second. And here we are gathered to celebrate our understanding of what I like to call our place in space, our place in the cosmos. It's just an exciting thing that the clouds cleared at this moment.
You're absolutely right. A reminder of where our place is in the cosmos today. Bill Nye, stick around with us here. We're going to be talking to you as the afternoon progresses here. We want to go to Carbondale, Illinois, dubbed the capital of the eclipse, because
3
it's
minutes
right
left,
here.
guys.
This is really incredible, where totality is going to last the longest, and where it will return in a few years from now. We'll talk about that in a bit. Dr. Lucianne Walkowicz, an astronomer at the Adler Planetarium in Chicago and the incoming chair of astrology at the Library of Congress. Dr. Walkowicz, first of all, I love this because you study this, you know more about this than any of us out here, but it's still your first eclipse?
It's my first eclipse. I've seen a couple partials, but I couldn't be more thrilled to be here today in the path of totality in Carbondale, what they're calling the crossroads of the Great American Eclipse. This is really a special thrill for me, especially after years and years of studying the kinds of things that we'll be able to see with our naked eye when the sun is in totality.
Dr. Walkovich, we're going to be checking back in with you this afternoon. She mentioned Carbondale, by the way, is going to be the longest max totality. That's about 2 minutes 40 seconds. Some have said 2 minutes 41. But that shows you how quickly this is going to move. One of the best places to experience the eclipse just maybe Madras, Oregon, billed itself as a solar town, hoping for the best eclipse watching weather in the country. They are pulling out all the stops for an expected crowd of 20,000. ABC's Matt Gutman is joining the party there, as he always does.
Look at
Matt,
that. It's already
really
done.
Enormous. I've seen the traffic jams for people all weekend long trying to get there.
Hey, my friend's right there.
20,000, David, just here in what's called Solarfest, but a spectator I spoke to had a different name for it. He said this is basically Woodstock for nerds. Now, you can see there are thousands of people arrayed here. There are tent cities in the background over there to the right. 5,000 tents over there, 4 people to a tent over there. There are campers. There are 100,000 people who have inundated this area. By the way, Madras population just under 6,000. So an amazing spectacle here right on this cow farm that has been converted into the world's prime viewing site. NASA is based here as well because this place should offer the most unobscured sight right into that eclipse. It's almost so near that I can look into the sun. One hitch is that there have been wildfires in the area, and I think you may be able to see Mount Jefferson off in the distance. The top of it is obscured by that blanket of haze and smoke, but still, where I'm looking almost directly at the sun, it is pretty close. Everybody here has got their glasses. These folks drove 9 hours with a family of 7 in a van. You guys ready? They have their glasses on. And people celebrating all sorts of things. There's a guy who's going to pop up the question to his girlfriend. Shh, don't tell. There are people celebrating birthdays. Folks over there drove over from Boston, but you can sense the enthusiasm in the crowd. It's getting nearer and nearer. It's almost there, and you can already feel the temperature drop, David. Pretty amazing.
Seconds remaining.
Well, I hope she says yes, and I'm glad she's there and not at home watching. Otherwise, you'd know it's coming. Anyway, let us know what she says there. And, Matt, we love seeing that sun shining brightly on your face. That means they're going to have a spectacular sight right there. They already have a spectacular sight in Oregon. So let's get back to meteorologist Rob Marciano. Again, Lincoln City, Oregon. Total solar eclipse will be the first visible in the United States. 1:16, about a minute, less than a minute away now, Rob. Tell us what you're seeing. And it's getting dark, David. It is so spooky right now, right? The temperature is dropping and the excitement is growing.
My house is
shiny. We're going back and forth to the special camera that has this eclipse, and I've got to put my glasses on to witness this. We've just gone completely
guys, you ready
dark.
to count down on me?
We see here. Oh no, still sliver left. Is it the diamond ring? Would that be the diamond ring, perhaps?
8,
just a sliver
7,
left.
6, 5,
A little more.
3, 2, 1.
We have reached totality here.
Yeah! Yes!
Just an incredible sight, Rob. We're looking at the corona of the sun, the atmosphere of the sun.
It is incredibly dark. It looks like night is falling. The clouds certainly exacerbate.
So much. Oh my God! Look at that, guys.
It's a spooky experience. What do you have to say? What does it feel like?
We came from Los Angeles just to see this with my nephews. We drove all the way from Los Angeles.
We drove here from Los Angeles. That is commitment, baby. Welcome to the Oregon coastline. How's it feeling right now seeing your first eclipse?
It's amazing. I love it.
Wow.
And we need the lights to see all this. We need the lights. I gotta check it out one more time, David. Oh my, it is just absolutely spectacular. Look how dark it is, how quiet it is. The air is still. This is like being in the eye of a hurricane. It is spooky. It is spiritual.
I'm going to tell you, Rob, America is watching this with you.
It's amazing.
And when you see the corona around the sun there, Rob, the atmosphere of the sun, talk us through the science of that. I mean, that's hotter than the sun itself.